Our feature this evening, Robin Fine, we are going to go straight into the feature. So, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, and people are like, yay! So, ladies and gentlemen,
who's featuring in 2 weeks?
Well, you'll hear all that crap when she's done, Mr. Man. That means you get to stay for it. You have to wait till the end, Mr. Monkey. What? So anyway, no, this is all about our feature right at this very moment. Ladies and gentlemen, this woman is performing there. And I believe she's actually performing with me in
2 weeks.
Evanston on the 25th at Perla Cafe. We're doing a little show together. But this woman is everywhere. This beast woman is so awesome. And yes, apparently she gets to broadcast her love of chocolate like we don't all love it. Please give it up for the one, the only Miss Robin Fine. Oh, she's asking for music. I'm like, what? She's leaving? What is she doing? I called her up. Where are you going?
Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming out tonight. It's awesome. Just kind of go with it, I guess. And there's going to be some more Primo Fine coming up, thanks to Buddha. He coined our name. We went to the State Fair this weekend, and I was reminded how much of a Chicagoan I really am. It was very much culture shock. This is called You Asked Me What Chicago Is. You asked me what Chicago is. Chicago is a city on a lake, blue-green arms outstretched, traversing through boxes of metal and glass. A city that Burnham imagined and daily perfected, where Maxwell Street hookers and Michigan Avenue socialites talk politics, sip lattes and laugh about the condos they got for a steal. Where the stockyard knocker and the university philosopher can ride the trail and share the sand and earth beneath their feet. Where the steelworker and crackhead can breakfast in China, lunch in Mexico, supper in India, while sharing a line and espresso in Italy. Where steaming hot pavement transforms into flood, and flood to black ice, and will breath a native's mantra, layer, baby, layer. You ask me what Chicago is. It is the moonlight that fills my bedroom window. It is the smell of hot dogs boiling since spring, old beer and sweat. It is the movement of water below my window, a crystal blue goblet changing shape and texture, blue carousel floating in a mix of ice and white rum. It is the soft din of the night, of the shh, and the clackety, 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 clackety of the elevated that becomes my lullaby for sleep. It is the harbors filled with boats, chess peaches that lunge back and forth in time with the current, a rhythm that pulsates like lovers in the midst of a tango. A bait shop stands guard 365 days of the year. Lone fishermen line the dock like tiny robots casting their rod in search of the next meal. You asked me what Chicago is to me. She is my friend. She is my lover. She is my mother. She is my home. The next one, we I don't know how we got into this, but we did. This is how we started doing our little collaborations. Music and poetry, they go together. You got that? Okay.
Sounds like summertime.
It is.
Bum, bum, bum.
We are addicted to love. The kind Hallmark says is forever that Valentine's Day bullshit. Commercials filled with puppy dogs and diamonds and cheap perfume. We fall prey to it every time. And Venus has transformed into pimp selling her ambrosia to the highest bidder.
Summertime, oh, and the living is easy. Fish are jumping, and the cotton is high. Oh, your daddy's rich, and your mama's good looking. So hush, your little darling, don't do you cry?
We long for that quick fix, sweet juice of pleasure and lust penetrates skin. Syringes of exhilaration pierces hearts, false joy courses through veins, and for a moment we believe we are happy, and then it's gone.
Oh, baby, boom, 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 boom. Summertime, and the living is easy. Oh, fish are jumping, and the cotton is high, so high, so high, so high. And your daddy's rich, and your mama's good looking, hot, smoking hot. So, hush, little darling, don't you cry.
There is this dream of a warm and liquid romance. Waves of crimson and violet wash over my body. I float on a river of kisses and sonnets and pink champagne, and yet I am parched. So thirsty for more, that sweet salty taste of skin, that wetness of breath on flesh, that pungent scent of bodies intertwined. And Venus is always there just behind the veil, pushing and pushing and pushing her bittersweet nectar for love narcotic.
Summertime, and the living is so easy. Oh, fish are jumping, and the cotton is high. Oh, your daddy is rich, and your mama's good looking. Yeah, she's still smoking hot. So hush, little darling, don't you cry.
If illusion is truth, and truth is blurred by fantasy, then what is real anymore? If Venus is my reality, then I will drink full of her liquid pleasure, no matter the bitter aftertaste.
So hush, little darling, don't you cry. So hey, hush, little darling, don't you cry. So hush, little darling, don't you cry.
The next one is part of something I did for Woman Made Gallery. This is called Size Zero. Raggedy bitch. Words intended to kill. You are too old. Your ticket has expired. No admission. Just disappear. And they twittered and they tweeted and they chirped, young hens unaware, as she crossed the street with the stealth of a tiger eyeing her prey. Play first or swallow whole. A smile crossed her lips. This body. My body is manufactured and patented by God, full of hip and thick waist or Rubenesque views, breasts of flesh and blood, no saline, no plastic, no surgeon's wet dream. These jagged edges mapped across this face, my battle scars. This flesh, my body armor. I was born to fight. I bled so you could bleed free. You see, I am that quintessential woman built for comfort, not for speed. Every fold, every layer, birthdays, anniversaries, lovers, and chocolate. Thighs bruised with permanence and resistance. You see, you strive for airbrush size 0, but 0 is nothing more than 0. It has no value, no illusion, unachievable. Will you teach your children to cut and purge? Your brain is on Xbox, washed away clean with easy pop-ups. Reality TV pours out of your veins, synapses strangled, a body cells drained of oxygen. So enjoy your come fuck me punch, your nicotine-stained alcoholic stupor. Your meal will break, nothing left but shards of ugly. And she handed them a mirror. The bouncer smiled, the door opened. It's nice to see you again, madam. This way to VIP. I was very lucky that Janet has chosen one of my poems to be one of her upcoming events. And GPA, this is, I know, your favorite. It's called Point Click. Oh, yay! Flirty girl 152. 15 years and 2 kids. She misses his taste, his fingertips still imprinted on her heart, and pillowcases so much time in between. Who would want her now? Point Click. Bears fan 101. He's just a nice guy, a plain Joe with a beer belly to rest his mug on. If he makes contact, will she respond? Point Click. Daddy's little girl. She loves the taste of women, but blood is thicker than happy life. She will honor her parents, marry, and spawn. Would he see through her charade? Would he encourage her little secret? Point Click. Ladies' man 69. He has one mistress, ledgers and portfolios, his only love. But what about sex? Can he just find sex? Point Click. Deeper meaning number 10. She trusts enough to text her number. Entertaining him with conversation is the promise. Want to cyber with me, baby? I know you want to. Point Click. Rachel's dad number 1. He has kids, she doesn't. How can she understand? She will never be first. His kids, his love, his joy will always be first. She can never be. Point Click. What if I'm not thin enough? What if I'm not wealthy enough? What if I'm not smart enough? What if I'm just too goddamn old? Point Click. No matches found. One of the things I was involved in last year is a collaboration called, what's it called? I did something with someone who lives in England. Chicago Calling, yes. And this gentleman who's actually featured here before, I met him at one of these things. His name is Oz Hardigan, and he's an amazing poet, author, musician. And this is
2 months ago.
He and I did this together. It's called She Dreams of Feathers. She dreams of feathers, blue-green metallic sheen fanning wide, spreading through light, reflecting new glows, clothing limbs in elegant, powerful lines. She dreams of flight, bending bars, breaking locks, smashing windows, flashing to empty sky high above, receding chains and shackles, crackling with life and fire. Unthinking hands conspire to clip her wings to blunt definitions, constrain her to dull flesh simplified, contained within a cage of words, built upon sand and dirt. She prays for wind to lift her, an unmelting Icarus to the sun, to paint her gloriously invisible, blinding the world to her escape. This is basically my newest poem. It's a work in progress. I'm playing with it a little bit, so I thought, what the hell? It's called First Kiss. The dream is always the same. That first kiss, the seal of a promise of lingering, of longing, of lasting. A greeting of tongues and lips and mouth and teeth. But hers is not a lollipop, rose petal, fairy tale kiss. It is hard and dirty. An invitation to surrender to lust, to draw blood and salt. Her anticipation transforms into liquid whimsy, a slippery taste to coat the roof of her mouth. Sandpaper tongue carves desire into flesh. His arms spread creases into smiles between thigh and breast. Body parts spin pheromones into orgasms. She has a greedy sense of thirsting. His stain will quench her mouth. Lips flower orchids or maybe cactus needles, leaving scars painted into each breath. Breastbone to chest hair curves Bound by lust, nipples wrestle hands to claim their prize. She wants to be kissed at right angles, tattooed with his mouth, incomplete sentences, I love you, strewn across her throats. But then this is just a dream she prays never to wake from. Keep going?
Well, sure, yeah, you have space.
Okay.
If you need to.
I also, one of the things I know that, for those of you who know Menina Corwin, she's like on me, I have to send stuff out to get published. And the one thing that I did publish, my first one was published in Exact Change Only, and I thought I would do this, it's called Motherhood. She misses the sex. 34B, sleek perfection, what's the object of lust and desire now are breast pumps and sterilized bottles. She longs for that black lace corset and matching thong. She misses the man, his fingertips, the wetness of breath against flesh, his fragrance between her thighs. She was always supposed to be first. Now it's tiny hands of little fingers reach out, angelic face, doe eyes, stare up. Reality, with a tug, with a clench, between breasts swollen and tender nipples bruised and bitten, she wears the pain like a badge, a ballad of motherhood. Without her consent, love and regret, confusion and pleasure, anger and ecstasy flow, all bottled up in liquid form. This purring little kitten has somehow transformed into maidservant and Madonna. Breasts to be chaste and revered, the givers of life and colostrum, not to be touched or fondled or licked. She misses her scent of Chanel, of jasmine, of lavender. Now it's spoiled milk and baby powder and stinking diapers. She craves Victoria's Secret, hates Baby Gap. Her skinny jeans laugh from the confines of the closet. Life gives life, she gets it. A long ago dream come true, a childhood fantasy now realized. But no one ever talks about the dirty little secrets. This is not what she had bargained for. This one I got, I opened up the reader and I saw there was an article that said, don't call me grandma. It was talking about people, people in their 40s and 50s and 60s, way back when, that used to be considered old. Now those people in their 40s and 50s and 60s are out there doing everything. So this is called Don't Call Me Grandma. Time moves in forward motion. Twilight begins to rise as the rose begins to lose her blush. We must follow the rules. We must follow the paths set before us. We must become our mothers and our grandmothers. Orange hair and ruby lips as bright and vibrant as Lucy Ricardo would be proud. Floral prints and starched white aprons, avocado green and harvest gold plastered against our skin. The fragrance of baby powder and decaying flesh intermingled with the smell of brisket and freshly baked chocolate chip cookies. Don't call me grandma. It's a term that I despise. I'm not that steel-haired, denture-wearing, card-carrying member of AARP. I am that cougar with long red fingernails, Botoxed and Westernized, tummy tucked and face peeled. No cane, no wheelchair, just calisthenics. Give me Jorge and the Paso Doble. I do not stew, I do not broil, I do not bake. I am yoga and Pilates. I am that expert run in Aspen. I am that bike trail through the redwoods. I am the road less traveled. I Twitter. I'm LinkedIn. I'm MySpace. I have 855 friends on Facebook. I do, I swear. So do not call me grandma. It's a term I will not acknowledge. Instead, you can just call me Gran.
Oh.
White Picket Fences. She's white picket fences, 2.5 kids and a dog. A husband who loves her with cupcakes and roses and handcuffs. There are things that she can never tell her mother. Love's ritual born each day from the belly of a phoenix. She craves rug burns cascading down rivers of flesh, purple fingertip bracelets caressing virgin throat, to spit rubies and splinters embedded into tongue, leaving scarcely a breath. Stop. Oh God, you're hurting me. Don't stop. It feels so good. Please, more. It hurts. Don't stop. Feels so good. Oh God, yes, please, more. This is love. to her. Hard and nasty. Blood's compulsion burns at each intersection with rhythms of memorized verbs that stain smiles. Broken skin licked to flames. She knows how to draw the color beige, an art form perfected. This queen of discoloration with brown lips and pancake eyes to match the purple flowers imprinted on her breasts. A rope of rose thorns and hemp seed embedded from breastbone to Adam's rib, bound to him till death do us part. There are things she will never tell her mother. There are things a mother can never teach her daughter. What if she draws a purple box on her belly, a box with windows and doors and 2 sets of fine china? Can she escape through her navel? What if she falls? Will she splatter? Can she lean on stilted wings of virtuous uncertainty? Will he be there to kiss the bruise spots? What if? What if there's no one there to catch the remains? I went looking for Mr. Goodbar. Mars told me he could make me sing just like a symphony. I told him he was chock full of nuts. Mrs. Fields gave me Ben and Jerry, offered me kisses, thought they could score, make my heart melt away, but their game was slower than turtles. Rollo offered up his chunky bar, but he was no more than a junior mint without all those luscious calories. Oh God, I need those calories. Kit Kat and Peppermint Patty offered to switch hit, but Heath, God love Heath, he offered up his hard, dark nugget. But at last I found them, the 3 musketeers. They wrapped themselves around me with their buttery fingers, their mouths melted in my hand, not in my mouth. They took me to the Milky Way and back, and you snickered at my almond joy. All you could say was, 7th heaven will always give me baby Ruth.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
Boys and girls, I don't think that was loud enough. Please give it up. Awesome people showing up, and the awesome thing is, even though we run every other week, we've got awesome people that are coming up, because this happens to be a 3 Wednesday month, because we've got 3 in August 29th, we've got in 2 weeks, we've got Bob Lawrence. Give it up for Bob Lawrence. I'm going to see every one of you here. Why not in 2 weeks? After Bob Lawrence on August 29th, we've got Jackie Wolk on September 12th. That's cool. And, exactly, she's not here, but it's like, give her some cred. Al, did you know, but actually, because I mentioned that earlier, is on September 26th. And, well, this happens to be the bonus week in the beginning of October. We normally were every other week, but I'm cramming it an extra week so you can cram that in the beginning of October, October 3rd. A man from South Africa happens to be in town for 1 week. So you will get this musician, Mr. Francois Leroux, the man of South Africa, that will be here. And people are like, he's an awesome musician. I happen to like him. So. I've heard that way too much because I like him too much because he's awesome. After that, we've got Elizabeth Jacobson on October 10th, October 23rd, October 24th. Oh my God, I just looked at the schedule. Dave Getchuk is going to be here right before, the week before Halloween time. So I want all of you to be able to check it out anytime at www.canonicarts.org/thecafe. You can find out the schedule. And if you want to get the podcast of this feature or of the open mic, guess what? That comes up weekly. You can find it out on iTunes and stuff, but you can also find it out online. And thank you, every single one of you. And I look forward to seeing you here